Hi, I'm sitting here with Svagito, and we wanted to send you a little message about the upcoming weekend workshop. It's about combining a systemic and a somatic understanding when dealing with trauma states. So what does that mean, Svagito?
Well, basically it means when you look at trauma from a somatic point of view, for example, you had sexual abuse or you had an accident, a personal experience, and you work with the body to heal that trauma, you may not have looked at why unconsciously you get into such situations. So there may be, not always, but there may be a systemic reason why you unconsciously, something in you wants to have such experiences. So you may heal one trauma that you had, but you have not dealt with the underlying mechanism in your unconscious, for example, through the bonding to a family, why you want to get into such situations. So you may get into such situations again and again. So we need to not only look somatically, but also find a systemic, sometimes, not always, but sometimes there is a systemic cause as well. And vice versa, if you work only systemically, for example, you understand why you get in certain situations, still you sometimes need to work with the body because the body had to deal with that experience, and you have to help your body and your mind also to overcome a certain experience. So it is very often necessary to look at things in a somatic and a systemic way. One or the other sometimes gives you only a limited understanding, and then the healing is also limited. So in these 3 days, I want to explain and demonstrate how I combine these two understandings in a session. Sometimes in one session, but sometimes it's also necessary to do a few sessions about this.
Yeah, so there will be practical demonstrations depending on the participants' questions and issues that they present.
Yeah. So we will understand some basic principles, and then I will give some demonstration sessions for people who participate and who have a certain personal issue. And then I demonstrate how I work with it, and then people who come can ask questions. It will be 3 evenings, so we have also a limited time, but we can get a basic input about what is needed to heal either personal or collective trauma.
Yes, so systemic, that means family constellation, and somatic, that means we work with the body like in somatic experiencing, right?
That's right.
So I just wanted to pick you up on this about repetition, because you say we often repeat things, maybe from previous family members,
Yeah.
which is in our system. And it seems so counterintuitive, like why would we do something that was not so good? Can you say something about that?
We are not repeating something consciously, but we are in our unconscious, we are deeply bonded to a family and to parents because it is a survival mechanism by nature. So out of this bonding, we are feeling, we feel connected to something, and we feel we identify with our family, our parents, our history, you know. I always give a good example, you know, even you're not interested in football, but when you watch yourself and your football team plays against another country, deep down, you want your team to win. That is a good example about bonding. Consciously, you may be thinking otherwise, but if you watch deep down in yourself, there is bonding. And we need to recognize and acknowledge that it is there. This is basically a mechanism by nature to help us survive.
And is there also something about, because I was listening to someone else talking about trauma, and he was speaking about how we always pick the right partner who is traumatized at sort of the same level, or so that we can heal. But how is that connected to healing?
Well, you seek situations sometimes which remind you of an original trauma. In order, basically, you want to get in a similar situation that is not completed in order to heal it. But often this doesn't happen. We just act it out again. So it gets reinforced rather than healed. So being in a similar situation or coming in a situation is actually also the intention unconsciously to heal something. But often rather than healing it, we reinforce it. So we need to look into that and look what is needed here.
Right, and this weekend workshop, 2 hours per evening, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, may give us a little bit, some input around that. What will help healing?
Yes.
And also, as you said in your text, not just a quick relief, but a long-term healing.
Yes, of course, because you can try to heal a symptom, but the underlying cause, if it is not touched, the symptom will show up somewhere else.
Great. So I look forward very much, Svagito. Thank you for meeting us again online.
Thank you, Kandra. Look forward to see you there. Much love.